Hello dear students, hope all of you are doing very well. In this video, I will be guiding CA intermediate students on their strategy of attempting the accounting and advanced accounting paper for the CA intermediate exams so that they get maximum output when they are writing these paper. I'll keep this video short, crisp, and I'll cover up all the essential points which are required to be kept in mind when you are attempting these papers. The contents of this discussion will be, I'll talk about the key focus areas, I'll talk about the question paper format. I have also put in the analysis of past question papers so that you can, let's say, visit them, certain key important time management technique and certain exam essentials which are imperative to be kept in mind while you are going for your exams. First, the key focus area. See, there are three things which needs to be worked upon while you are writing your paper: interpretation, accuracy and speed. Interpretation would mean that your ability to get the question correctly while you are reading it. So reading the question well and understanding the requirement of the question is the first and the most important thing which should be in place. Then accuracy. While you are writing your answer, you need to be accurate, you need to be focused, because if you are not accurate, you may have to revisit and that will lead to wastage of time. And speed is one of the most essential element while you are writing any exam, because if you know 100% of the paper but if you are not able to complete it, right, it does not make any sense. So you need to maintain a consistent speed while you are writing your paper, which we'll cover under the time management essay. Now let us talk about the question paper format. Your question paper format for accounting and advanced accounting, it will comprise of 6 questions of 20 marks each. So the paper is 120 mark paper, 6 into 20, 120 mark, out of which you need to attend 5 questions of 20 mark which will make a 100 mark paper. First question in the paper will be compulsory, and which is usually a 20 mark question comprising accounting standards, and out of which 4 questions, out of the remaining 4 questions have to be answered out of 5. So there will be total 6 questions. Question number 1 will be compulsory, and out of remaining 5 questions you need to answer 4 questions. We'll look at the marking scheme. The first question will have 4 subparts, and all the subparts are compulsory, and the subpart is 5 mark each, which makes it 20 marks. Question number 2, 3, 4, 5 will basically be, let's say the question could be in 2 parts, right, or it could be a single 20 mark question as well. When the question is in 2 parts, the combination of mark could be 15 plus 5 or 10 plus 12, 12 plus 8. So there is no certainty as what could be the breakup, right? It will be broken up into 2 parts and there will be a subdivision of mark. There is a possibility that out of 2, 3, 4 and 5 there could be one big question which could be a 20 mark question. And question number 6, there will be 5 parts to that question, out of which you need to answer 4 parts of 5 mark each, which will make it 20 mark. I would suggest that you should attempt question number 6 because there are small questions. There is one theoretical question as well usually, and it could be solved quickly as compared to doing a big 20 mark questions, and the parts are interlinked. Here you get 5 mark option of let's say attempting 4 parts, which will make accuracy and it will save a lot of time as well. I have also put in question paper analysis of accounting and advanced accounting of past year as well. If you want, you could quickly run through it so that you get an idea of how the questions are asked. Now we'll talk about the time management as well. See, it's a 3-hour paper. 3 hour means 180 minutes, and in those 180 minutes you have to answer 100 marks. So that is basically for 1 mark you have 1.8 minutes. So I have put in an indicative this thing for you so that you know when you are writing your answer how much time you should spend on a question. For a 5 mark, let's say, question, you should ideally spend 9 minutes. For 10 marks, you should spend 18 minutes. 12 marks, you should spend 22 minutes. For 15 marks, you should spend 27 minutes. For 20 marks, maximum 36 minutes should be spent. Now, these are inductive based on your speed, and there could be a 5 mark question which could take a little lengthier time. There could be a 10 mark question which could take a little shorter time. So you need to be aware that this is the ball mark which you should not exceed. Then the reading time, you get 15 minutes of reading time before you start the paper. please ensure that while you are reading the question paper, right, please try to find out those questions which you are acquainted with, because in the very inception, if you read something which is maybe a little tricky or you would not have seen it earlier, it will break your confidence. So always try to find out questions similar to what you would have practiced. It will give you a lot of confidence, and after that, once you come to the newer ones, you would be able to solve it very easily. And in this 15 mark time, I would tell you that spend, let's say, 7 to 8 minutes in identifying the questions which you are acquainted with or you have practiced earlier, and select the question you will answer first, and spend another 7 minutes on reading that question well, so that once the reading time is over, you can quickly start answering it. Vis-a-vis what others would do, they would spend entire 15 minutes in going through the question paper, browsing through it, and once they decide, they will start reading it little bit afterwards. So you will save, let's say, 7 to 8 minutes of edge as compared to the other students. Then don't try to save time while reading the question. It's not necessary to read the question fast, because interpretation is the key area. If you understand the question well, if you understand the requirements of the question well, you will be able to answer it very well. But if you try to save time while reading, there's a high chance that you interpretate the question wrongly and your answer goes in the wrong direction. Try to write the answer fast instead of trying to read the question very fast. You should maintain a consistent speed, because what we generally see is that in the first hour of the exam we are usually very slow, and by the end of it we try to rocket speed our let's say writing the answers, right? Try to maintain a consistent speed. When you start writing the paper, right, before you start writing the paper, tell yourself that I need to attempt full 100 mark paper and I'll ensure this, and I have an inductive time frame within which I need to answer each question, and I'll stick to that, and I'll maintain a consistent good speed so that I'm able to attempt entire 100 marks paper. Please know that there is a step marking in accounting. Maybe your balance sheet does not tell you, but still you could score 80 to 90% of marks in that particular question if all your steps are correct. So it is imperative that you attempt 100 marks so that you can take advantage of step marking and you could score very high marks in accounts. And the most important thing, come what may, you will not panic, right? Come what may, you will not panic, because no matter how much you practice, but if you are not able to perform on the field, right, your score remains zero. So you have worked very hard over the past period of time, right? You have put in a lot of efforts. Now these 3 hours is the deciding deliverable time where you need to be at your best of abilities and try to give your best so that you get the best of result which you deserve. So please do not panic. I believe all of you have the ability to do very well in the exam, provided you keep yourself calm, you keep your nerves cool, and you are able to keep your momentum going. You will be able to do very well. Then certain exam essentials, these are very, very important, right? Set your bag, exam bag today itself. Don't wait for the day of exam and 2 hours before the exam you're trying to arrange things. And also in the present scenario, please ensure that your travel arrangements are sorted, because last moment there could be certain problem and then things will go haywire. Set your bag today itself, put your admit card, put your ID proof if required. You need to write your paper with a black ballpoint pen. Ensure that you have a couple of black ballpoint pen in your pencil box. Other stationery should be there. Keep your separate water bottle along with you. See, we are in the time of COVID. The COVID protections are extremely important. To ensure you have your mask, you have your sanitizer, hand sanitizer, surface sanitizer also in place, so that you are totally covered and you don't face any health issues afterwards. Very, very, very important. Please listen to this. You have a gap of 1 day before each of your exams at least. Please ensure that day before the exam you are taking at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep, because if we need to perform well in the exam, we should be in the best of our mental and health capacities. If you are in that position, you will be able to write the question paper and you will be able to solve the questions well. Please ensure that you are not skipping on sleep. It is extremely important. Again, do ensure that you reach the exam center well in time. It is absolutely important in the current given scenario, and also there have been a change in the centers for several locations, right? Please visit the ICAI website and ensure that your center remains the same, because there has been a shuffle. You need to ensure that you are reaching the right center which has been allotted to you. Now, I believe you have all the ability to do well. You have put in immense hard work under the most turbulent circumstances, right? And I salute your courage and your zeal that you have taken up the decision and go for the exam and step ahead in your life. I wish you all the very best. If you need any help, please reach out to me. I will be very happy to help you. Once again, I pray for good luck and I wish you all the best for your exams. Thank you so much, guys. Do well.